Welcome to Pear Tree Ranchin. We're continuing our problem horse series. We've got Cisco. He's coming in the round pen over here with his owner Vicki. And today is day 2 of the transition for him to get ready to go home. So Vicki is gonna do more today. The first session we did monkey see, monkey do. Today we're hopefully gonna do her do most of it. I might sit on him just to check how he feels, or if I need to step in and show her something. And then tomorrow, when he gets ready to go home, she can hopefully show up and I can smile and wave and she can get her horse ready, get her horse rode, and then take him home. So that's the goal. She's just stepping in, gonna get warmed up and mounted up and have a ride. Follow along. Okay, so first things first, you got your flag. I want you to start with 1, 2, 3, don't make me shush the noggin. And working on that. Head down, beautiful. Okay, and if he doesn't commit, you take the time to re-engage and stay with it until when you do it, he doesn't kind of put his head down, but all the way. Good. And again, if he doesn't commit, I want to see that neck relax. Like right now, he's just kind of tucking his chin when you do it. Then you would just, there, see that? That's nose, neck. So we talk about 5 body parts: nose, neck, shoulder, ribs, hip. That's nose and neck really committing and relaxing. Good. And if he hears something and it gets his attention and he puts his head up, you can just go right back to it, because really, that's not his thing to worry about, right? You've got this. His job is to follow the leader. Okay. And if he didn't, like, see that time he did 1, 2, 3 and he didn't acknowledge, that would be the timing where I might start shushing. Yep. 2, 3, good. And see, you stopped at 2 because he got his head down. That's great. Okay, let's go from that to sideways along the fence. So you're gonna keep your rope hand close to the fence. You're gonna walk slow and relaxed. Good. That's where we want to see him, getting that head and neck forward and down, relaxing into the direction of travel. And we're really happy for him to move slowly. And that's because we're still going to spend a lot of time building him up to having a lot of relaxation versus feeling like he's got to move fast. Now, hopefully you can hear his breathing there. He's taking these deep breaths. That's important to recognize that change, that as he starts breathing deeper, he's part way to blowing out, which means he's in the process of relaxing. And that means we can just kind of give him time here. He's not being resistant in any way. Beautiful. He's just getting warmed up. Beautiful. Perfect. Okay, and you might just back up away from him. This will draw him forward and to you, and you can rub him on his face. There you have his attention. Perfect. And then we'd go the opposite direction. Perfect. Yep. Lift the stick slowly towards the nose first so it can lead, and the neck stretches to follow, and then the shoulders, ribs, and hip come along. There. See, nose, neck, shoulder. That left front steps across. Perfect. And you can just stop right there and hang out and relax. And when he looks, that's when you just go, hey, what a good boy. Bring him to and rub him. That's that connection that we're searching for. So far, so good. Great start. So we'll move from here, head her out into the middle. We'll start working on getting those circles, get a little walk, trot, canter, get that cinch snugged up all the way. Then we'll maybe do some burpees. Okay, nice and slow and easy. And we like the idea of him walking off versus needing to trot off. And the trot wasn't a bad thing because you did give a little extra energy. Like, see there, you didn't pick the stick up, so he walked. And that's just like learning to drive a new car. You get in and you accidentally vroom it a little hard, or you brake it a little hard. You're like, whoa, that's different. You're just getting used to the feel of driving that new car, that different automobile. Okay, horses have gas pedals, brakes, and steering, just like a car does. Good. Yep, I like the nose neck stretch. And then maybe a little bit faster. Easy. So that was faster than you needed to. You can go slower in the transition. Now look, he found his way to the left lead, so we like that. Now this time slower. There, see, you just kind of thought about it. It doesn't take as much as we can think. Now keep your feet still. And the reason that that's important is when we keep our feet still, the rope length stays the same. And he needs to find his way to fit within the boundaries that the rope creates. If we move around too much, it's easy to have inconsistencies in the length of rope. Therefore, the horse is always guessing about where's the boundaries. Good. Okay, now, think about what would you need to do to slow him to a walk. Okay, so there's no hose in horsemanship. So we just, nice and easy. What I would think about is, could I lift on the rope? See how that gets his attention? Gotcha. Okay. When stuff goes sideways, the first thing to go out the window is voice cues. So we want to make sure we maintain connection, whether it's through our there, see? And that was just a real simple lift. It didn't pull or bump him. It just got his attention. And when we practice that lift with a nice straight arm, it keeps us from jerking the reins, okay? So now, if you don't have his attention with that lift, you can, perfect, slide a little shorter. Good. Yeah, and just rub on him. Because he checked in, right? That's the connection. That's him doing a positive behavior. And for the most part, with this horse where we've been, anything that's not rearing, bucking, kicking, naughty behaviors, we want to say, hey, thanks. It's real easy to give him a little, and by the way, I wanted you to walk on the circle. Okay? So you give him that little rub. By the way, let's go back on the circle. There, that's nice. Yep, take your time, good. Because we don't need a hard stop, we just need to catch his attention that he doesn't need to do more. Good. And then what could we do to work our way up to the trot? Yes. So we caught his attention by the way you lifted the rope, and then the flag came into play. Good. Nice and easy. Very good. And then let's rub him. Very good job. We're gonna ease our way from the walk to the trot. Good. And then from the trot, we'd ease our way to the canter. Perfect. And by doing it slow and easy like that, he caught the inside lead from the start. He didn't feel rushed where he reacts. Yeah. And then bring him in. So being able to catch his attention, say, hold on, don't break gait yet. Okay, now you can. Helps it be your idea, and it tests that spot where it can be one of the stickier ones for him is holding that leg, you know, air quotes leg. The stick is like your leg when you're doing your groundwork into him to say, hey, hold on a second. Now you can stop. There's a lot of times he's like, I got to stop and think. I'm a little nervous or I'm this. And we've eased him into catching him with those legs because we know that's that sticky spot that could set him up in the air. Great job. Okay, I'm gonna just come in, I'll check that cinch, make sure that's good, and then we'll do a little more. Okay, so I snugged up the cinch. We're gonna do another walk trot canter just to double check with that freshly done cinch. We haven't had any humpiness with him, but it's always a smart thing to do a simple one more check. And then we're gonna do our horsey burpees, the old rope behind the horn or over the withers move. So, here we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. That makes me really happy. That makes me really happy. And then we could softly, yes, we're walking, good boy. And here comes the trot. Yep, and you just ease him back to it. As he stretches and moves and learns to move like that more and more, like look at the difference in that trot. He's finding relaxation in the muscles over the top line. All the gas, the tooting, that's letting out tension, okay? That's a good sign. Now, we would want to watch him, right? Like, I don't want him rolling with my nice new saddle on there, but I need him like right to the edge of feeling that relaxed, okay? Right to the edge of feeling that relaxed. And then maybe the canter. Yes, ease your way into it. Perfect. Yep, and you just ease your way back to it. Yeah, look at him stretching. 3, 2, 1, quit. Beautiful work. Beautiful work. Super job. Super job. And that right side has been a little bit tighter, more worried side. And the last couple sessions, we've seen better. I feel like I did almost a whole ride to the right. Maybe that was on Tuesday. And that just kept where it's like, no, you can just see me in this eye. Like we can just relax. We just did more on that side. And those things just balance it back out. Okay. All right, let's do the old rope over the, where there's the behind the horn move. Horsey burpees, I like to call them. Good. Good job. Let's just make sure all the body parts are willing to follow the nose. It's such a tight feel on the nose and neck with that rein that it can cause them to feel wadded up. So it's a good check of their confidence. And when it crosses those hind legs, that's like, see how slow and methodical that was? That's a beautiful round. And that's really what we're looking for, is that he can cross those hind legs, follow his nose, get forward and around there, not feel wadded up. And it just really is a great test. And then remember, in the beginning, we taught him how to do that without the saddle. And that way he really has to get sensitive to the feel. And it really didn't take much to teach him. He really had a lot working for him when he got here. That's it. Just take your time. Just gently pull on the rope. It's okay. It'll come. Perfect. Okay. Give him a rubbing. I'm going to put my riding boots on, and we'll put the hackamore on there, and I'll just take a quick feel to confirm all systems go. And then we'll get you up and on there. It's a good day. Okay, so when we're mounting, we want to make sure that we kind of check that he's ready to take our weight. And if I can kind of pull him off balance, like see there, he kind of braced into me when I pull. He's like, what are you doing? You messing with me? For me, in my experience, it's really important as I keep tabs on everything. Everything can look really good to our eye, but there's nothing that tells us how horses feel by physical touch. So holding that rope, holding that rein, making that contact. So I might make one lap and be like, oh yeah, good to go. But that in this handoff process, just really important for me to keep tabs and keep everything just right. So we ease into the next stage of him going home. And he just feels great tonight. Like, see, he wiggles his head down and into that. It's like there's no rush to the feet. How slow we can go here. Slowly just close my feet. Like, the slower and smoother, the better. Like you're underwater. Okay, slow-mo. Everything we do. Hard to do when we get feeling nervous, right? But that's the game. Slow is smooth, and smooth is fast. Man, it feels good. You know, I just took my time, but I stayed progressive. I stayed in the game. You don't ever want to hesitate in the middle of that. That's a mini release, and on accident kind of can teach them to lean. Okay. So I might be slow in my progress of pressure here, but I might keep my legs working even while I reach to kind of tip his nose and put a little softness back in that nose and neck before I go back to patting. And that's the fastest I've put him to a walk trot canter in a ride. Like that's half a lap of a walk, let's get to the trot, and then we loped. And that's just to feel like, can I startle them? How much? This is our gauge, our worry meter. Worried. Okay. And when we can read that worry gauge and take him honest and see if I can just kind of keep going on my way to help combat the worry, is to do little feels on that nose and neck till it can just soften and relax. See how much we're moving the feet? I didn't ask for any of this movement with the feet. I'm just asking him to feel me and relax his head and neck. Now, if you take the reins and try to pull his head and neck in, that adds to the worry. That makes it worse. There. That's the feel we were waiting for. All that little extra dancing around. That was a byproduct of, we just cantered pretty quick. There. Now, I might ask that feet to go again. I want him to know the difference of nose, neck, then the legs come on and say, yes, move. Okay, takes the outside lead, no big deal. Keep jumping him in until he thinks left. You can hear the sheep noise? That's tension.
Oh.
He's just waiting for me to put that outside leg on. I'm not going to do it. There. And through that whole time, I didn't touch his face. I just sat way back to just work on the gas pedal. Okay? And that's an important distinction, because if I try to shape him in that there's too much tension, it'll just escalate it. Versus just get the gas pedal, like it's okay to just go, and I'm not going to force the lead. You get balanced, relaxed, and find that inside lead. Now notice we got less excess feet movement. He let me just stay here and patient for that to come. That's a change from where we were over there. Now, because it took enough rounds there to get that left lead, I would just go one more time, at least here. I can lift to say, hey. There. And I'm just waiting. My arm is straight. Just waiting. You see, there's nowhere for him to go in here. I don't have to force the stop. Everything needs to be him choosing it. Him making good choices. Okay, so nice little warm up just to feel it out. Felt great. Hey, buddy. Really happy with that. We're just gonna get Miss Vicki up and on there. I got the stirrup shortened up for her and let her have a nice fun ride on her horse. Okay, go ahead. You're gonna go rein and mane. Yeah, get your foot is fine.
Then I'll go rein and mane.
Okay, those are short enough for you? Yeah. Okay, have fun. So the biggest thing we're going to look at here is lots of rubbing, massaging his neck, leading him off, going for a walk, and then easing it into a little bit of a trot today, more than likely, and go from there. Okay. When you're ready, I'll just go stand in the middle all the way. Very good. That's what I want. Good. And remember, in those moments, I would just think about a good countdown. 3, 2, 1. By the way, we could keep going. And that would try to be a minimum countdown. You could sit there for longer. There's no timeline here. We've got time. But I really want to keep that where he knows, like, this was fine. But you didn't necessarily ask him to stop, and so we need that balance to come in there. I'm not going to start asking him to hold gait until it takes less for me to get him going. And I'm not in a hurry to get to spanking and over and under and spurs, and that's just going to make him worried about the gas pedal. That's probably what got us in the pickle in the first place. And so, yeah, perfect. Beautiful work with your hands. Really good work on the reins. Okay? And if you're feeling good here, you could start easing onto the gas pedal if you want to flirt with the drop. And it's on your kind of timeline now. There you go. That's it. Very good. That's it. Perfect. Great job sitting back and relax. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Come on down. That's it. Good lifting. Good. Now, notice that left hand hanging out there. Either put it down or do something.
Okay.
You're not trying to hold his nose in. You're either moving his nose, saying, hey, put your nose in, and then you got to turn it loose.
Okay.
But that, a habit of holding your hand out here,
Okay.
we don't want to hold him.
All right.
That's doing his job for him. So you either make the correction, you bring his nose in, or kind of leave him be and know we can get to that.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. That's it. That's it. And you just ease through the gas pedal. You can do little bumps with your legs. You can cluck, pat his butt. Now just bring the gas pedal. Bring it on. That's fine. Good rubbing. That's it. Start bringing the gas. That's it. Knock those legs a little bit. Little bit more. Little bit more. Little bit more. Don't pull his nose. Just put on the gas. Put your hand down. Just put on the gas. There. See how his nose went somewhere? Okay. Put on the gas. If you put on the gas, his nose is going to go somewhere. That's it. Perfect. Now you can lift that right rein up, not in, till his nose comes down and to the right. Yeah, and then put your legs on to go, by the way, that didn't mean slow down. And then lift that right rein till his nose comes in. More, more, more. Come on, lift that rein more. There he is, and then leave him alone. Good. 3, 2, 1. Super job. Super job. Okay. Want to do the canter? Okay. So the conversation is, are we ready for the canter? She says, let's go. What I do with people in this situation, when I'm there, one, the horse is used to me, seeing me on the ground, having me guide them. So it's familiar, makes sense, it can be settling. It also keeps me close to the human so I can be supportive. And what we're gonna do, the conversation is, I'm gonna support as she starts clucking and doing a little more. I'll read that as she's ready for more. And so you might see me, that sounds like a clucking to kind of help drive. It puts a little energy into that horse and push to just help make her life a little easier so that she can do more. Sit back and stay relaxed, not feel tense and get startled, okay? And we're just it's approach and retreat. Ease our way and then come on back. Like a swinging pendulum, just swing it up, slow it down. Swing it up, slow it down. So that's where we're headed. Okay, here we go. Go. Okay. You start bringing the gas. That's it. That's it. Good. Okay. And as you're ready, you just do a little more. You just ride them a little faster. Sit back. 3, 2, 1. That's more than enough and beautiful. That's it. Take your time. Just lift up. Yeah. Super job. Super job. Okay? And then you would just tip his nose either way, right or left, and we'll just go the other way. There's nose, neck. Now you give him a little bit of gas. Perfect. Super. That's it. There he is. And you just ease your way through it. Remember, lean back. That's it. A little bit more as you're ready. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Good. Very good. Now let's finish on a little backup. That's it. Slide down both reins. Close your fingers and ease it on back. Ready, steady, whoa. Super. Super job. Okay, so super success. We have cantering. Okay, and the big thing really was to help be supportive for her to lean back, stay out of the way, don't grab on the face, and allow him to go. And we just practice this process from whoaing to walking, walking to trotting, and then eventually trotting to cantering. So super success. Tomorrow, I'm gonna try to do even less. We're gonna transition to Miss Vicky's saddle and then onward home. Vicki, how do you feel?
Feel good. He's come a long way.
Feeling good?
Yeah.
Coming a long way. What do you feel like is the biggest thing through this process that you've learned?
To try to recognize his triggers.
Yep.
And how to counteract them. I don't want to say counteract them, but know what to do when he's getting bound up.
Yeah, redirect.
Yes,
redirect. And that when we can redirect and understand his triggers to help him realize the behaviors he's feeling like he needs to do isn't necessary, because in this relationship nobody's getting him.
Right.
So he doesn't have to get away or defend himself. Very well said. All right, we appreciate you guys being here and following along on this problem horse series of Pear Tree Ranchin'. Give us that thumbs up if you're enjoying what you're seeing, and if you want to get subscribed, you can click here. If you want to see another video, you can click here. We'll see you next time.